Hey y'all, welcome to the Filling Station. It's a new day, another opportunity to either make money in the market or to just learn from the market. But first, let me give my disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor. I just enjoy teaching people how to build generational wealth. And yes, the stock market is just one of those avenues. So this video is for educational purposes only. If you could please like, share, comment, subscribe, all of that, because we learn and we grow together. With that being said, y'all, let's get started. So we are now looking at Apple. We closed at 221.53. Apple has been trading kind of like in the zone. Support was around our 221 area. Resistance around the 221 or 222. So it's been kind of like trading in this zone. So where are the trouble places back to the upside? If by chance we break above the 221.87 or around the 221.98, we could possibly have trouble again at 222.25. Breaking that level, 222.59. And if we should break that, the ATR trailing stop on the 1 hour chart is around the 223.14, which is not far from the 223.35 area that we have marked here. So if we should break that, we could possibly have trouble again, 223.81. And again here at 224.30, those are resistance areas for Apple. Now back to the downside, under 221, we could very well come back and find support again here at this 220.65 area. And if we should break that, the 200 EMA on the 1 hour chart is at the 219.88. We can come back and find support in that area for Apple. So if you're trading Apple today, those are areas to the upside and to the downside. Now, if by chance we break that 219.89 or 219.88 area, we can very well come back to this area of 218.82. 218.82 could very well be a support area, and if we should break that for Apple, we could very well come back to 217.88. Again, if you're trading Apple today, those are areas to the upside and to the downside, not financial advice, let me say that. So we are now looking at AMD, and as you can see, we closed at the 110.19 area, and we have been on a decline with AMD. So where are the trouble places? This candle is interesting. Is this a hammer taking us back up, or are we just going to disregard that and continue to the downside? Back to the upside above the 106.67 area. We could very well come back, have trouble 107.28. Breaking that 107.65, not far from the 20 EMA as of now at the 107.83. If we should break that, 108.04, and again here at 108.39, which is the ATR trailing stop. Breaking that, 108.60 could be a trouble place, right? So back, if we should break that area, we could very well come back to this zone here around the 109.12. 109.36 is next, and if we should break that, we're back at the 109.70, breaking that 110.22. Those are your resistance areas for AMD as of now. And y'all know I say it so often in this market, anything is possible. So where are the support places as of now? If by chance we break under this 106.51, we could very well come back to 105.24, again at 104.81, 104.40, and again 104.08. So if you're trading AMD today, these are areas to the upside and to the downside, or our support and our resistance area. Next on our list today is Amazon. If we close at 201.13, let's say that Amazon is trading in the zone as of right now. Our support area is around the $200.44. Resistance is here at this 200 EMA around the 201.26. As you can see, we're kind of like trading in this little zone, right? So if by chance we break the 201.26, we could possibly have trouble at 201.62. And if we should break that 201.92, not far away, breaking that 201.92, 202.40 could be a trouble place. And if we should break that, 202.87, breaking that level, 203.66. And if we should break that, we could possibly have trouble, 204.03. Those are resistance areas as of now for Amazon. Back to the downside. Now, under this $200.44, we could possibly come back to 199.40. And if we should break the 199.40, we can come back to 198.73. If we should break that 198.73 area, we could very well come back to the 196.97. And if we should break that area, we can come back to 196.10. not far away. If we should break that 196.10, I would look at 195.39, around that area. Again, not financial advice, y'all. This market has been interesting, let me say that. So let's go look at, let's say, NVDA as of now. If by chance, I always say if by chance, we closed at the 113.76, and NVIDIA has been trading in this zone as we see here as of now. Our support area is around the 111.72. If by chance back to the upside we break back above the 112.38, we could possibly have trouble 112.63. Again, 113.34, strong support resistance here in my opinion. 113.39 area. If we should break that, we have 113.77, not far from the 50 EMA, so that's something to watch. 113.69, 113.77. Again, not financial advice. If by chance we break that area, 114.50, breaking that 115.28, 115.66, 115.98, and again here at 116.42. Those are going to be our resistance areas for NVIDIA as of now. Breaking that 116.42, we have the 200 EMA at the 116.99 as of now. Now back to the downside. Under this level here of 111.72, we have 111.36, 110.93, 110.10, and if we should break that 110.10 area, we could very well come back to this level of 108.52 for NVIDIA. Under the 108.52, we have 107.14. Again, y'all, I look at support and resistance on a much smaller scale because when I'm in the trade, I kind of like want to know where my trouble places are. Again, not financial advice. I say so often in this market, anything is possible. Let's look at the SPY today just to see where we are. We closed at 568.59. It too is a little, the market is interesting. We could say our support as of now is at the 568.16. Resistance is around this 568.95. I'm going to remove that 568.95 area. If by chance we break above this 568.95, we could possibly have trouble. 569.42, breaking that for the SPY today. 569.73, right at really close to that 50 EMA as of now. Breaking that level, 570.07. 570.35, not far away. The ATR trailing stop, in my opinion, is going to be a strong support or strong resistance. In this case, if we should break the 570.56 area, we could very well come back to 571.05, and if we should break that, we could possibly have trouble again for the SPY at the 571.40. Breaking that 571.40, we could very well come back to this 572.47, which is the 1 hour ATR trailing stop as of now. Now back to the downside. Let's say for the SPY under this 568.16, we could very well have found support again at 567.72, breaking that 567.19, and if we should break that, 566.58, 566.14, and again 565.60, breaking that brings us to 564.84. Those are our support and our resistance areas for the SPY. Again, anything is possible, nothing is guaranteed. So if you're trading today, make sure you have your stop losses or whatever it is that you choose to use, y'all. And if it goes against your why, get out. I say so often, live to trade another day. So we are now looking at Tesla, and y'all know Tesla does what it does, right? So we close at 272.06, and it seems like we are having some trouble at this 274.62 area. Now, if we should break that, and as you can see, I have an alert set to let me know if by chance we break this area, we could very well have trouble again. 276.33, breaking that level. 277.40, if we should break that. 279.03, and breaking that level. 279.70, if we should break that, we could possibly again have trouble at this 280.84. Now breaking that brings us to the ATR trailing stop on the 1 hour chart at the 281.61. Breaking that level, y'all know that in my opinion, that's strong resistance. Now if we should break that level, we could possibly have trouble. 283.11. If we should break the 283.11, 284.35, and breaking that brings us back to the 286.50. Breaking that 286.50, 287.66. Those are our resistance areas for Tesla. Now back to the downside. If we lose this support here at 273.31, we could very well come back to around the 271.67 area. If we should break that level, 270.68 or 270.74 is an area for Tesla that I am watching. Again, not financial advice, because if we should lose this area, there's a strong support area around the 268.92. We have the 200 EMA, the 20 EMA on the daily chart, and a previous level of 269.35 that I have previously marked. So Tesla has strong support, in my opinion, at this 268 area, 268.75, around that area. Should we break that 268.75 for Tesla, we could very well come back to 267.45 here again at 266.47. Breaking that brings us close to the ATR trailing stop on the third, here at 265.21. Breaking that 265.21, we could very well come back to just, I would say around the 263.60. If we break that level, 262.70, and breaking that 262.70 area, we could very well come back to the 260.27, which is the ATR trailing stop on the 4-hour. Again, in my opinion, very strong support in this case for Tesla, 260.27. Again, not financial advice, y'all. So we do have a few inside day candles, which is, I look at those just to give me a price target and to build a watch list. So if by chance you trade IP or international paper, if by chance we break above $56.09, we have an upside target of $56.64. Now to the downside, under $54.73 downside target for IP is $54.11. And let's see how much it normally moves, about $1.77. That is the ATR, which is the average true range that the stock normally moves. So if you trade IP, it is an inside day candle. J&J, Johnson & Johnson, is also an inside day candle. If by chance you trade Johnson & Johnson, if by chance we break above the 162.49, we have an upside target, 164.20. Now to the downside, if by chance we break under 160.63, we have 160.54. J&J is an inside day candle, and let's see how we normally move, $2.39 per day. And keep in mind, we've been creating a gathering spot. It's like immediately my eye went to this gathering spot here. So if you're trading J&J today, again, it's moving sideways. We can move in either direction. Those are the levels that I would watch. Again, not financial advice. I do believe we have one more on the list. NEE, that was interesting. I just remember NEE. It is an inside day candle, if by chance, which we have already broken through that 69.86. Upside target is $70.50. Now to the downside, if we should break under 68.67, downside target 68.43. NEE is an inside day candle. It normally moves $2.09 per day. It is interesting, let me say that. So if that's something that you trade, I would definitely try to mark those levels, set your alerts. Again, not financial advice. So again, y'all, this is what I see when I look at the market. I say so often that there's so many ways to make money in the market, and what's challenging is sometimes coming up with a strategy that works best for you. We'll look at Supermicro or SMCI for right now. It seems like our support area is around the 36.51. It kind of like, we've been trading in this zone, 36.51. Back to the upside, resistance is at the 36.98. Again, here at 37.43. Not far from the ATR trailing stop at 37.56. If we should break that 37.56, there's a few layers of resistance here. So above, I would say 37.69, we could very well have trouble here again at 38.22. And if we break that level, 39.48 could be a trouble place. And again at $40.03. Now back to the downside. Let's see where our support areas for SMCI. I'm going to go to the 1-hour chart to see if we could see anything at all, and we are not. So let's see if we can go to our daily chart. That's where we are, under $36.51. We could very well come back and retest $35.26. If we should break that, $34.61, $33.56, and again here at $32.65 where we are. If we break that, $32.03. And if we should break that level, we could very well come back to $30.31. Again, y'all, this is what I see when I look at the market. Again, there's so many different ways to trade the market, and what's challenging is figuring out your way or what works best for you. I hope that everyone have a very profitable day, a very, very productive day today. If you could, please like, share, comment, subscribe, all of that, because we learn and we grow together. So until next time, y'all, be blessed as well as a blessing unto others.